Hello and how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. And the news I have for you all today has to do with the pre-release review scores for Rage 2. I am super hyped for Rage 2. In fact, it's one of the top 50 most shared PC games for 2019 so far, so that's pretty awesome. And we are on the pre-launch eve for Rage 2 because it's set to be launched tomorrow. Now, a lot of lucky YouTubers, content creators, streamers, and media outlets like IGN, etc. have gotten access to the game a day early. I wish I was awesome enough to be on this list of awesome people, but unfortunately not yet, maybe someday in the future. But until then, we have to rely on all of these awesome people for their opinions on the game thus far. And normally I wouldn't be talking about stuff like this, but this situation is pretty interesting because reviews so far have been like totally mixed, which is kind of a surprise because the game looks awesome. It seems like they're doing the right thing with this game in terms of the gameplay and stuff they're implementing into the game, and I just didn't see anything wrong with the game immediately. That doesn't mean that there wasn't going to be anything wrong, but I am still surprised by the reviews. I've looked into it a bit and I kind of want to give you guys my opinion on this situation today, because as always we're going to go through this information together, because I'm going to record my screen. That way you can see that my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can look this information up to verify it for yourself if you choose to. And we're going to start our adventure right here at, whoa, is this Paul Tassi? He should look familiar from today's video. He's the guy that decided to get triggered at Rage 2 over on Twitter when they made just a little bit of a joke, which is what that profile does and has been doing towards everyone as part of their marketing campaign. I broke the situation down in yesterday's video. If you want to check that out, you can click on screen or look for a link down in the description below. But it's just kind of ironic that the day after all of that drama that he created happened, he's suddenly doing an article on Rage 2 talking about how low the review scores are. Which isn't accurate, first of all. The review scores aren't low. They're kind of average, even by Metacritic standards, which isn't cool, by the way. But his title does say they're on the low side of past Bethesda titles, so I suppose I have to just, agree with him because that is true. They are kind of on the low side of the review scores for past Bethesda titles in the 12 hours that the game has been out on pre-release for like 100 YouTubers, so I don't even understand what justification Paul Tassi has to put that into his clickbait title, even though technically it's accurate. Like usual, Paul Tassi is trying to walk as close as he can to that gray line as possible so he can keep saying that he's valid and technically correct, even though he's kind of being a dick. Now, all that aside, he goes on to talk about in this article about, like me, he's kind of butthurt that he didn't get the game early, which I'm not making fun of him for that. I'm actually just saying it's ironic. I mean, I'm in the same boat. But he goes on to say that the review scores, which are still ever fluctuating, which is true because the game isn't basically out yet, it's sitting at a 73 on Metacritic, which is average, and a 72 on OpenCritic, which is average as well. Usually games don't fall below like a 60 or so on Metacritic unless they're horribly bugged or something, or just a bad game. Usually games don't go above 80 unless they're a really awesome game or just pretty high quality. So the fact that it's sitting at a 73 so far does technically mean the game is an average shooter, which is what a lot of the reviews are actually saying. They're saying that the shooting is the only good part of the game. The world is kind of bland, it doesn't feel alive and full of personality, it seems like it tries a little too hard, but the shooting and the gameplay is awesome. That's what all the reviews are saying. That's not what I'm saying, that's what most of the reviews are saying, but like I said, those are mixed. That's not what all of them are saying. There's some reviewers, like Mr. Matty Plays, who I trust. He says that the game is awesome. He says it has a great rewarding experience, it's unique and refreshing, and I trust his opinion, and there's other opinions out there that I trust as well saying the game is good. But the strange thing is, for just as many of those opinions that are out there, there are those that saying the game is average, and some saying the game is disappointing and overhyped, which is weird because Bethesda has done less advertising trying to market this game than they have other games, so I don't know how it's overhyped. Maybe you overhyped it yourself, which is your own fault. But like I said, I'm not trying to defend Bethesda, I'm not trying to defend Rage 2, I haven't played it yet, I don't know, the game may not be my cup of tea. It looks awesome to me so far, but when I get the game I'll definitely give you my opinion on it, and it may seem like I'm trying to flame Mr. Paul Tassi up here a bit, which I kinda am. He brought this upon himself yesterday, but other than the crap he did yesterday by pretending that Rage 2 was personally assaulting him and his journalism career, and then Jason Schraither commenting some cringy stuff saying that gaming journalists are pretty much a protected class in the post-Gamergate world, which is not true. Sorry, but we're not a protected class just because we choose to be gaming journalists. Most of the people in protected classes didn't choose to be in those classes, so no, we're not in that same category, Mr. Jason. And no, Paul, Rage 2 wasn't aren't trolling you, they're just playing around, part of their marketing campaign. I don't want to get into that. But the point is that I do believe that part of these review scores may be based, and this is going to be my Alex Jones tinfoil hat crap going on, but they may be based on some sort of a biased agenda against Bethesda. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just roll the dice and say that I think there's like a 10% of these may be that way. But like I said, that's going to sound like I'm trying to defend Bethesda here, which I'm not, but I do have to nod at the possibilities that that is happening, because Bethesda is under the microscope right now, ever since Fallout 76, and people are trying to pull the trigger on them for any little thing that they do. So I'm just trying to be the realist, like I am in all of these situations. Sure, I do like Bethesda, I don't like everything they've done, I've called them out on the past, but my point is, a lot of these reviews are mixed. Some people that I trust are saying the game is good, some people that I kind of trust are saying it's mediocre, but the point that I want to drive home with all of you today is, since the reviews are so mixed, and since all of these reviews are coming out like within a 12-hour pre-release window before the game is even out, and in the hands of just regular people who don't have like a career in the gaming industry or anything like that, I would say take all of these reviews with a big, gigantic, huge grain of salt. Don't eat that grain of salt, you'll probably fucking die, but maybe wait a week for actual normal reviews to come in, for the consumer reviews to go up on Metacritic. Maybe just get the game yourself and see if you like it. That would be the best thing to do, because games like this aren't going to be for everybody, and games in general can't make everyone happy anyway. With so many Twitch streamers, so many YouTubers, so many content creators, so many outlets like IGN, there's going to be so many different voices out there saying so many different opinions. The one you need to focus on is your own opinion. Find a good way, someone you trust whose opinion is kind of aligned with yours. Maybe rely on what they say, this streamer, this YouTuber, whoever they are, but for the most part, rely on your own opinion when it comes to these types of games. I'll be picking up Rage 2 for myself. I may not get to play it much because I am getting ready to go to E3 and Bethesda's E3 showcase soon, but I will definitely give you my opinion on the game once I get it in my hands. And what I want to know, as always, is what do you think about all of these review scores? Are you going to wait to get the game for yourself? Are you not planning on getting the game? Have you not even been hyped for Rage 2? Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the intro, then I make it featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the know when it comes to the latest and the greatest gaming news. Follow me over on Twitter for the latest channel updates and random stuff about me. Come over to the Discord channel chat server where there is always an awesome and active conversation taking place. Come over to the official Skullzi channel merchandise site. Loot Drop over on Teespring, where you can get a bullshit capacity meter t-shirt to let everyone know that your bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%. And if you want to have your hand in providing future content and getting access to my latest gaming discoveries before I usually even do videos about them depending on what they are, as well as many other unique and awesome awards, then consider subscribing to the community on Patreon or joining the channel here for only $4.99 a month for an exclusive channel member, where you even get a little unique awesome skull icon next to your name in chat and on comments in the videos. Links for all of these awesome things are down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time, when my cat just used the litter box and it's really been stinking the entire time I've been recording this video. Wow, that smell spreads across the house so quick. What is he eating? Demons?
Bye, have a great time.